your husband came home and said, God told me to build a boat in the middle of dry land, what would you do? Would you laugh? Would you worry? Or would you stand beside him? I was watching some clips the other day about a movie called Evan Almighty. It's another one of those movies where Morgan Freeman comes to Earth as God. But in this story, he tells a congressman to build an ark in his yard. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but the clip that I saw made me stop and think. The clip, the congressman's wife is sitting in a fast food restaurant bar type place having something to eat, and she asks somebody that was bussing tables if they could get a refill for her. And the person turned around and it's Morgan Freeman. And she says, can I get a refill? And he says, certainly, of course. Are you okay? Is something bothering you? So she starts to tell the story. And I love how she starts it. And says, well, it's a story. Well, I like stories. I've been told I'm quite a storyteller myself. You gotta love a good Morgan Freeman uh, movie. So they start talking about Noah's Ark. And she says to him, well, my husband came home and told me that God told him to build an ark. What do I do with that? The line he gave her was so beautiful, I guess is the only way I can think of it. He looked at her and he said, it sounds like an opportunity. And I thought, wow, that's exactly what the lessons that I learned growing up, many of them at the time didn't feel like an opportunity, but that's what they were. So he started talking about the ark and how most people thought of the ark as a flood story. But I don't think so, not completely. I think of it as a love story. Now think about it for a minute. The animals, they didn't walk in all alone. They came in pairs, side by side. And Noah, he wasn't out there swinging that hammer by himself. His family stood with him, side by side. Now let me ask you something. And this is the part that I really liked. If your husband came home and said, God told me to build a boat in the middle of dry land, what would you do? Would you laugh? Would you worry? Or would you stand beside him? Because here's what I've learned. When we pray for something, we don't usually get a fuzzy feeling. We get the opportunity. If you pray for patience, you're yeah, if you pray for patience, you're probably going to meet someone who tests that. If you pray for courage, you're likely to face something that really scares you. And if you pray for family to be closer, don't be surprised if you're handed a storm that forces you to hold on to each other. So, see, maybe Noah's Ark really wasn't just about rain. Maybe it was about trust. Maybe it was about a wife who said, I don't fully understand any of this, but I'm standing with you. Maybe it was about children that could have rolled their eyes and walked away, but instead, they said, Dad, we're in, side by side. And maybe the real miracle is not the animals, it's not even the boat, but a family. A family that chose each other before they ever saw a drop of rain. So here's something that you can do tonight. Sit down with your family. No phones, no television. One simple question. What's something you're carrying right now that I might not see? And here's the important part, just listen. Don't fix it. Don't preach about it. Don't correct it. Just sit beside them. Because families don't grow closer through warm, fuzzy feelings. They grow closer when someone decides, I may not understand everything you're going through, but I'm not walking away. Stand side by side and choose each other before the storm comes. And rest assured, there's always another storm brewing somewhere. I'm Grandpa Chuck. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.